In this thriving economy where the petrol has just hit a century, people are being deceived into believing that our friend, and also maybe, possibly, allegedly a source of funding for criminals that got a journalist murdered. No, she just got an activist unjustly jailed. Well, people are being tricked into believing that petrol's success is something to lament. I mean, India number one in petrol prices. India number one. Doesn't that sound great to you? Forget our repackaged Indias that are our neighbors. One financially crippled and another's doing quite well since India freed it from its baggage. And Bhutan and Myanmar and Tibet and Sri Lanka and a little bit of China at the very top. India is number one not just with our neighbors, but even when compared to the developed countries. Not that one, but economically. Ambani is number 5 or 10. He's old news. Petrol, friends. Number 1. But it isn't just the success of petrol in our country that is laudable, that we should celebrate, but the benefits that trickle down to us. For starters, renewable energy. Forget Mars and lunar missions. We are on a solar mission. Without having easy access to petrol, we will be further inclined to strive and not only reach our goals as set in the Paris Agreement that we are already going to achieve, but even surpass it and become an example for the rest of the country. Sonar Bangla, Sonar India, Solar India. The next benefit is that we can finally cut the clutter. Not what the urban India consumes to feel good about itself in under 15 minutes, but what all of India consumes to feel better about itself in under 5. Cigarettes. Would you rather go to work or wreck your lungs? This isn't a trick question posed to the sanitation workers. Those 50 to 200 rupees of cancer that you smoke, you might no longer be able to afford along with all your basic rationing and petrol, both of which just might become a luxury in the times to come. In which case, you have to quit. And not just tell yourself that you can quit any time, more often than not with a cigarette in your hand. The same goes for the absurd amount of chai and samosas and chips that you eat in the cafeteria or outside your office or have stocked up while you're working from home. You're not just going to quit, you need help, and petrol is here, your friend, to give you the nudge in the right direction. And after you've left the cigarettes, you are ready to be part of Fit India. I know that we rank high on the Global Hunger Index, 1 in every 3 malnourished children. But those few of us that are busy stuffing our mouths, and you know who you are, I am one of you. Well, our pants and shirts and dresses and kurtas haven't been shrinking. We've been expanding, just as uselessly as Patanjali. The corona lockdown hasn't been kind to any of us. Well, to some it has meant starvation and walking hundreds of kilometers on foot. But to us, to us, forget them, to us, those extra few inches aren't just going to go away. Unfortunately, life is in a montage. Cycle because petrol is so expensive. Cycle for practice for a time when petrol is really out of your budget. Just be careful on 2 wheels. Not all of us are blessed with good balance. No, not mental balance. That one. Yes. And not just cycles, this is a chance to appreciate your culture. Youth all over the world consistently strays further and further away from their culture. Well, now you have a reason to buy your kid a horse or a chariot. If you're spiritually inclined, if you've collected your strength and garnered your blessings and power, perhaps bless your child or your other half with a Viman. And finally, of course, with the second wave of coronavirus on the horizon, high prices of petrol help in implementing a stricter lockdown. Just a masterstroke. Where are you going? Burning money, risking death. You are not Salman Khan. And I don't mean the characters he's played.